Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving straight into the ultimate heavyweight matchup of our era. On one side, we've got the cold, absolute mathematical precision of silicon circuits, and on the other, the beautifully complex, wonderfully messy, biological neurons of the human brain.
Now, if you look at our social feeds or, every sci-fi movie ever, you'd think AI is just flat out taking over, right? Like humanity is already obsolete. But actually, scratch that. The data tells a totally different, way more fascinating story. To figure out who really wins this battle of intelligence, we need to strip away the hype and look at the hard science.
So round one, raw speed and processing. Let's kick things off by looking at the sheer dominating evolution of artificial intelligence. Okay, so we all know AI's power comes from deep learning algorithms and artificial neural networks. But think about the mechanics here. While our biological brains are firing off information through relatively slow chemical synapses, these silicon networks, they're operating literally at the speed of light. They're chewing through datasets so incredibly massive that you or I couldn't read them in 1,000 lifetimes. It's just a mind-boggling scale.
And the triumphs here are completely staggering. You've got DeepMind's AlphaGo absolutely dethroning world champions in Go. You've got NASA using AI to drive the Perseverance rover across Mars, autonomously like 88% of the time. Plus, NVIDIA is building these literal AI factories for supercomputing, and AlphaFold is mapping out hidden protein structures with an accuracy that is changing biology as we know it. So if this matchup is purely about raw data execution, well, silicon wins, hands down.
But wait. Let's move to round two, emotion, memory, and creativity. Because what happens when we change the rules? What happens when we ask a massive, glowing supercomputer to feel something, or to love, or to dream? This brings us to a really critical head-to-head. We're looking at the hyperstructured, rigid logic of deep learning stacked up against the wild, totally unconstrained freedom of what scientists call spontaneous cognition in the human brain.
According to some amazing neuroscience in the journal Nature, our brains aren't just sitting there waiting around for a prompt. They don't need user input. They are constantly generating spontaneous cognition. This is what unlocks those rich, deeply meaningful insights across our entire lives, and it's something a rigid algorithm simply cannot replicate. Our minds wander, we daydream, we imagine.
And you know what? That imagination is completely fueled by our biology. Harvard Medical School research shows us that the world of carbon is messy, it's beautiful, and it's profoundly complex. Human intelligence isn't just happening up in our heads. Think about the gut-brain connection. They literally use the same chemicals to alert us when something's off physically. Our brains are physically sculpted by our experiences. Extreme things like toxic stress can fundamentally wire our early development. And then, of course, there's love, a phenomenon that evolves, and sometimes collapses, through incredibly deep psychological and chemical connections. The thing you have to remember is that human memory isn't just static data sitting coldly on a hard drive. Harvard Medical School points out that nightmares are really just dreams causing a strong, unpleasant emotional response. They are our past memories getting woven together, carrying this immense emotional weight. They literally form our identity. That creates a depth of lived experience that machines just can't touch. So when it comes to creativity and emotional depth, the human brain is the undisputed champion. No contest.
So silicon takes speed, and carbon takes creativity. But as we look ahead, this battle takes a massive sci-fi twist. Let's dive into round three, blurring the lines. We are currently witnessing the explosion of technologies like neuromorphic computing. Now, what does that actually mean? It means those rigid AI circuits are being fundamentally redesigned to mimic organic, firing human synapses. Engineers are literally looking at the biological brain as a blueprint to bridge the gap between artificial and biological networks. It's wild. Because of this, AI is no longer just a tool we use. It's evolving into an entirely new ecosystem. Look at Google DeepMind. They're developing Co-Scientist, which is this multi-agent AI partner built specifically to accelerate biological research. And they've got Sima too, an agent that plays, reasons, and learns right alongside humans in 3D environments. Over at Stanford, their Biomni system is analyzing absolute mountains of medical data, spotting patterns we completely miss, and even designing its own experiments. AI isn't just software anymore. It's literally becoming our lab partner. But as you can imagine, this rapid integration brings immense tension. Stanford's AI Index points out a pretty dangerous trajectory. While technical capabilities are improving at lightning speed and global investment is just exploding, the human frameworks we need to actually govern and evaluate the societal impact, they are falling dangerously behind. The tech is quite simply moving faster than our human ability to manage it.
So let's bring it all back to our original question. Who actually wins this ultimate matchup? Let's get to the final verdict.
If we look at the consensus from places like Stanford's Human-Centered AI Institute, the truth is, there really is no single victor. Having an us versus them mentality, it completely misses the point. The ultimate winner is the synergy between the two. The vision here is human-centered AI. We're talking about technology that is highly collaborative, augmentative, and purposely designed to enhance human productivity and our overall quality of life.
Which brings us to a huge inflection point. As Stanford's Fei-Fei Li puts it, we have a historical opportunity and responsibility. It is entirely on us to establish this framework. Our job, our responsibility, is to blend that raw, almost unfathomable processing speed of the machines with the completely irreplaceable emotional depth and unconstrained creativity of humanity. So, as artificial intelligence steps up to become an increasingly intimate partner in our labs, our hospitals, and our creative studios, how will you choose to shape the future of this collaboration? We are navigating this wild, interwoven, futuristic reality of carbon and silicon right now. And sure, the brain might have built the AI, but it is absolutely the heart that has to guide it.